system. In-nervous system yona, it consists of nerves or neurons. These neurons, they transmit what we call a nerve impulse. A nerve impulse, just like a hormone, it carries a message to different parts of the body, to and from the central nervous system. How does this help the body? It protects the body, because humans use a nervous system to respond to the environment, to protect the body based on what is happening on the internal or the external environment. Now, what happens with environment? It brings a stimulus to the body. In other words, a stimulus is any detectable change in the external environment. Noma yipi into eyenzakalayo kwi-external noma internal environment, it creates a stimulus. And this stimulus will then be received by lezinto esiyibiza ngama-sense organs. Sense organs lawa awu-5 akhona emzimbeni. In the sense organs, ukhona lento esiyibiza ngama-cells called receptors. Igama lithi receptor come from the word receive. So the receptors are the cells in the body that receives the stimulus and convert the stimulus to nerve impulse. That is their function. And this will then, this stimulus, as it has been converted into a nerve impulse, izobe isiba transmitted, and it is transmitted to the central nervous system. Now, the central nervous system, that is where the impulse will be then interpreted. Once it is interpreted, then the nervous system will then bring a response. A response will then be to say to other organs in the body what needs to happen, and action needs to be put in place in order to protect the body, normal to respond in any form, so that imzimba city it is responding to the environment. Okay, so I guess we are in the human nervous system. In human nervous system, we say it is consisting of two components. We have a central nervous system as well as a peripheral nervous system. That is the human nervous system. Okay. The central nervous system it consists of the brain and the spinal cord. Central at the center of the body. The brain in the head and the spinal cord in the spine. But the brain and the spinal cord are one. It's just that the spinal cord is the extension of the brain. But the central nervous system. And the peripheral nervous system, it consists of all the nerves outside the central nervous system. In other words, the peripheral nervous system is cranial and spinal nerves. Lawa azobe extends away from the central nervous system to other parts of the body. Okay, in more detail, the peripheral nervous system, we say it is the autonomic nervous system as well as the somatic nervous system. The somatic nervous system is that it's all parts of the nervous system that enables the body to react to any change, normal respond to a stimulus. The autonomic nervous system, it needs more understanding, because it's talk of all the parts of the nervous system that controls the internal environment. Somatic nervous system sibuka a response to external environment. Autonomic nervous system sibuka a response to the internal environment. In other words, internal environment, organs organs respond kanjani. Like for example, the autonomic nervous system, we say it is divided into sympathetic nerves as well as parasympathetic nerves. That's the difference. Kune response ehlukile eyenzakalayo. In other words, masikhuluma nge-autonomic nervous system, the word auto means it comes from igama elithi automatic. So hence it's autonomous, noma autonomic. So injani autonomic nervous system, we say yona autonomic nervous system, it brings about involuntary response. In other words, when something is involuntary, it means ukuthi leyo nto leyo iyazenzakalela automatically in the body. Like uma sibuka izinto ezenzakala automatically in the body. One, you have breathing, process of breathing, you have heartbeat. Those things are autonomic, normal, they are involuntary. In other words, the autonomic nervous system controls lazy as involuntary, as zona automatically. But how does it control them? It uses these nerves, the sympathetic nerves and parasympathetic nerves. Lama nerves lawa in every organ in your body, akhona omabi. These two sets of nerves, they bring about what we call counter action. In other words, they respond to any what we call involuntary action. In other ways, if you take example, uma igazi seline high concentration of carbon dioxide, you will need a breathing rate to increase, and you will increase a heartbeat to increase. How will that happen? If sympathetic nerves will increase a breathing rate and increase a heartbeat. After some time, once the homeostasis has been reached and yonke into is back to normal, you will then need the parasympathetic nerves ukuthi yona bese izothi bring everything back to normal. That is why I say sympathetic nerves stimulate a response, but the parasympathetic nerves will bring the body back to normal. Okay, so that is all about the autonomic nervous system.